Hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm Shadows Pub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel, and I'll add you to the list. To take turns sharing posts, Hobo turned off the screen on me. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel and come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one post, but you must use the emoji for each post. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Hobo, you're moving. Come on, down you get. Little devil. Okay, and old school will go first. Uh, Hopefully he's here with us. Oh, old school isn't even in the channel. He was there a minute ago. Oh, there he is. Fun story about what coffee still means to us in the future. Oh, yeah. Coffee has to have a future. There's no question on that one. The universe runs on coffee. Oh, perfect. Although, to be honest, lately I haven't been having coffee every day. Okay, apparently we're going to have a little hobo issue here today. She's playing around the wires. Believe it or not, hot water. Some days lemon, most days just the hot water itself.
You know,
And
that's sorry, that's actually old Chinese medicine to do so.
what's that?
Down to your stomach to get better. Uh, and it's I can speak for myself. It works perfectly.
I find that having the lemon water on a regular basis, uh, usually what happens is it does help to keep the fluids moving. And, as we get older, retaining water can be a bit of an issue. Hey, there's Injun. I quite often will get a thing of hot water or hot lemon water, and I just go tap temperature. I don't worry about heating it up. I quite often will get that while my coffee is brewing. Okay, Xander, you're up. Alexander's on her way in. Xander, I don't see you typing. Third call for Xander. Up, Xander's typing. Okay, and Xander says, "Hello world, this is the part 2 of my Roblox. This is the game I always play. I hope one day you will play there too." So is that on the Hive chain, Xander? Xander? Is that on the Hive chain? Ah, there he's typing. And Alexander has joined us. Wow, why would we want to play it if it's not on Hive, eh, Engine?
Hi, Shadows. Hi, everybody.
How was breakfast?
It was lovely. I was having breakfast with Devin. His boss called, all worked up about something. So I was at the table by myself, like managing, like, yes, can you put his food back in the oven or something? I don't know what to do. I don't know what you people do. Anyway, so I'm here and I have my breakfast in a box.
Perfect. Are you on the move today?
I am on the move today. Today, I go out into the city in Seattle and I find some specialty paint stores where I can get samples of the colors that I design for the European forecast. So I have to have something in my little grubby hand when I get to Milan.
Ah, well, there you go. And when do you head off to Milan?
Tomorrow.
So
And it would
tomorrow
be
you're
great if I
traveling.
could get my hair done, you know? That would be good.
Well, there you go.
Hi, y'all.
So for the next 3 weeks, Alexandra?
Yeah, I'll be gone to the through the 21st of May.
Yeah, so when Alexandra gets into PYPT, we'll have to ask her literally, where in the world are you?
Where's Waldo?
But you're having fun, that's what matters. Careful. Strigga, you're up. Just before Alexander manages to go, no, I'm not really.
Okay,
Okay.
that's me. Uh, so I was browsing through my hard drive. I was checking the old photos, and I have found this. We were having fun with my nieces, my two nieces, because I have two brothers, and one have two girls. He lives in Poland still, and the other one lives in Cork in Ireland. He has three kids, but this one is one from my brother in Poland. So the girls were back then. I don't know. I think the younger one was like 5 uh, back then, and the older one was 7. And like we were just spending time like at home because weather was just horrible. That was winter pause or winter break for them. So I was just kind of taking care of them because like mom was working, dad was working, and like we actually played chess and all of that, and they were just bored to the bones. And like I decided, yeah, uh, like one thing I know is just drawing. So I just asked my one the younger one what she wants me to draw, and she said big, and yeah, that's how it started. I just wanted to share this small, really nice memory of them while they were still small kids. Now they're all about boys and stuff, but now back then we're just full of imagination and ideas and all of that. So that was really cool. So I hope you will enjoy this.
You know, recently I happened to come across a video on popular niches on KDP.
Uh-huh.
That's Kindle Direct Publishing. And
Okay.
apparently, doing little figurines like that and laying them out on
Yeah.
pages in a book for people to cut out, kids to cut out and play with, is a popular niche.
Really?
I thought, when I saw it, I thought, yeah, that's something kids did, years ago, like when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, it's still popular. It's an
Wow.
activity for kids to do.
Like the initially that was just drawings, on a
Mm-hmm.
flat on the paper, but they were like, yeah, we want to actually, play with that. Can you do something, that is three-dimensional somehow that we can play with this? So I come up with this this little base. So yeah, and like the fun actually started there.
Well,
So
there's something for you to play at.
yep,
Little something to earn a side hustle with.
that's actually true. Yeah.
Thank you, Strega. And Bemier, you're up.
I'm gonna talk today. Unusual for me, but
I think that's
this
an excellent idea that you're
uh,
talking. Tell us about.
fully
Tell us.
uh he or she, I don't know his gender, but its gender, but he talked about her family. I think he's gypsy and very crowded family, and he traveled a lot in his childhood and talked about that, the hardship and all. And I uh, found it very similar for me because I traveled so much due to my father's profession, and it was hard for me. I was always on the road, and my childhood just passed before my eyes. It was hard time for me, but I think you should take a look on this post.
Yeah, that's an interesting experience, I would imagine, to move from one place to another. But as a child, it would mean trying to make new friends and new schools and new everything, and you've got zero
Yeah, but
control over it.
I'm not an extrovert person, so I couldn't get a friend so easily. I'm always like, I don't know the word, hold
I
back myself
I, th-
actually,
I think most
and
people in
I
here
don't
would
know.
relate to that. I
Yeah.
There's a very
Yeah,
large number of introverts online. So I think most people in here
yeah,
probably relate to exactly what you're saying.
and I can't find the words in English right now because I'm so nervous because I'm speaking with you in English.
You know
It's
what?
almost my fourth language, and I'm having a hard time in here.
You know what? You expressed yourself
Yeah,
very nicely.
thank you, thank
So
you.
just
It's
relax
good to
and go
hear.
ahead and say what's on your heart because it will come through.
Hopefully, it makes sense
It
in the
makes
end.
sense.
Hopefully,
I'll tell you what, if it doesn't make sense, I'll ask you. How's that?
thank you,
Okay. So if I don't ask, you made sense.
thank you so much for your understanding.
I know exactly what it's like. Well, I know what it would be like for me. How's that? I was really kind of lucky as a kid because um, we moved into a home when I was about 4 or 5, and we didn't move out of it until I was 17. And then I was in the next place for about 4 or 5 years, and then I moved in with my spouse, and we've only moved once. So I've had very few moves that I've made in my life, which is kind of
I
nice
lived
too.
in Baku for a while. Like I was 7 years old when I come to Turkey,
Hmm.
and then I did a couple moves in Istanbul and Tekirdağ, like 4 times in those two cities, and it happened like in 2 years because of my father's profession, like I said,
Hmm.
and it was hard. It was hard. Yeah, really. And being introverted, it's keeping me away from people. And lately, I discovered that I love being in touch with people, talking with people, especially when I know about something and if it's in my interest. I will talk about, like, I won't shut up.
I think
And
I hear you on that one. So, Bemie Alexander tells you that she's moved
yeah,
21 times.
I love being on the road. Yeah, that's why I studied tourism guidance, and I can really explain that love context. But being on the road is the thing that makes me who I am. But at the
Tammy's
same
moved
time, being
twice.
introverted. Oh my god.
Well, there, the benefits of that are that when you've moved at least a few times, I don't know about 21 times, but you certainly do see more of the world around you than someone who is born and raised and dies in the exact same place that maybe never travels. Alexander's going
Yeah,
to be
I
hiring
love.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alessandra. But love, I forgot what I wanted to say.
That's okay.
Sorry.
It'll come back to you. Thank you,
Hope
Bemier.
so.
And yes, you should speak more often. You've got a lovely voice. Xander, you're up. Okay, Xander's typing. Now, Xander's has a voice as well, but we've only heard it once. And he's quite capable with it. Hello, world. In this article by my mom, uh, I've never pronounced your mother's name very well. You will see me live as a newscaster. I lead my team to do a third quarter performance task in Filipino subject. My mom was my videographer and photographer. My team was very cooperative. Teamwork is always the best. To God be the glory in Jesus' name, and after the struggles, we successfully finished the task. It's always good to get that task finished. Okay. Um, Engine has asked, why are most of you using ecency? Dream says she uses them for points. Well, she said points, but I think she meant points because I give them away for boosts. Yeah, that in, it ran away from you, Dream. Beme says that it's a fine way to earn more. Yeah, Strega doesn't use it. Actually, there's a mix. Today has been mostly ecency so far, but it's usually a mix. Xander says we can help others using the points. Does that answer your question, Engine? Tammy prefers Peak D. And Amy, you're up. Um, FYI, now's a good time to drop some more emojis. Yeah, I usually use Peak D. I think Dream is going to go on a rampage of just dropping the ends and letting everybody fill in. So, Dream, the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, I guess, I was writing a story that started out with a person having a dream. When I was editing it, I discovered that I was not spelling it as Dream. There we go. There's Amy. That was the dream that I used. Yes, Dinjin. It's become too much of a habit. Okay, Amy, come on and tell us about your post. And good to see you back. If you're talking, we're not hearing you and you're muted. Ah, okay, here we go. It was not the right one that you dropped the first time. There we go. Do you believe in what you may ask? Well, that's why you have the link up here. I assure you that after reading this piece, your soul will be uplifted, for it is very inspiring. And it's her Three Tune Tuesday post. I think most of what you read from Amy will end up being inspiring because she's a good writer and poet and designer. She's good at a lot of things. Xander, you're back. You're up, Xander. I don't see you typing yet. I'm doing what I can, Wandering Moon. I know, I just teasing you. There's Xander typing. That's what we're waiting for there, Xander, is your next post. Or maybe actually what he meant was just go ahead to the next person. So I'll do that and we'll circle back to Xander. Bemier, you're up.
I got really some posts in here, like 3 or 4 more.
Good.
This one from Inkublus, and he talked about our traditional flavor. It said in English bulgur salad, but it's actually kısır. And I think that kısır is one of my favorite in Turkish cuisine. And most of regions, we have 7 regions, and they have their ways to do it. But I think that's the color of the kısır. It should be how it should be. And I hope you will try it. It's really delicious, I should
So
say.
you say 2 cups of bulgur for meatballs. Is that like
Yeah.
hamburger or is it like
No,
hamburger
no,
would be
no.
beef?
It's like rice,
Oh, it's like
rice
rice.
like thing,
Uh-huh.
but it's bulgur. I don't know the English word for that. Give me a second. Couscous, maybe
Yeah,
you
because the,
can
the
use
color looked a
couscous
lot like
for that.
Hamburg. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I know that, but that's the tomato paste that
That makes
gives
sense.
that color.
That makes sense.
And like I said, it should be that color, or otherwise it won't be kısır, like traditional kısır, and it's not the same. It will not give you the same taste as it should be.
So I've noticed with Turkish recipes that it's not uncommon to see them using cucumber in it. Is that something that you normally do as part of your cuisine, or just happens to be the recipes I come across?
We use it usually almost in every salad, or like we can eat it, put it on salt
Mm-hmm.
and like pickles. We love the pickles, and we almost I know that we use it every single salad, and I don't know, like the water. It's usual. Yeah, I'm like that.
Well,
I am really like that. I love pickles, but since I use steroids, I don't have the right actually to eat pickles, and
so we use it a
it's
lot
sad.
in pickles and salad and side dishes, but it's not too often that I actually see it being cooked with. That's what caught my attention when I was looking at some recipes, and I was
Actually,
coming across it.
sorry
That's
for
okay.
interrupting you. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
We you don't cook the cucumber or pickles or anything. You just put on hot water in bulgur, and you let it 10 minutes in there, and you will add the chopped other ingredients, and there's sir. It's easy like that.
So,
You don't have to cook anything.
ooh, non-cook. So
Yeah,
Kitty Girls
it's
pointed
easy.
out that bulgur is the word in English too, and it's a type of wheat.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know the bulgur is bulgur in English,
See,
but thank you for that.
we're learning something.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies and gents, mark your calendars. May 23rd, Kitty Girl is going to be our guest on the Hive Space. Yeah, so mark your calendars. Thank you, Beme. Xander, are you ready? Well, I'm not seeing any action from him. Xander, are you ready? Doesn't look like it. Okay, Amy, go ahead. All right. Come on and
Can
tell
you
us
hear
about
me?
this.
I've dropped my link. Oh, I don't know if you can say it.
I got it. Tell us about your post.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay. So this link here I dropped was good day, sorry. So the link I dropped here was a prompt from last week, nonfiction in the Inqua community. I wrote about celebrating my little wins. We all want to celebrate something huge, but I took the time to celebrate the little wins, which was learning a sign language. Yeah, I will not give you all of the gist, but you can just go check it out and see how I was able to conquer my fears and how I was able to encourage myself when the going got tough. So at the end of the day, I achieved what I wanted to achieve, and it was worth celebrating. So go check it out and enjoy. Thank you.
I would not call learning sign language a little win. I would think of it as a big one. Well done. So, who had a little win this week that they want to share? Alessandra had
I
one
do.
yesterday.
I do. I do. I do. I do. Can I go?
Share, share.
Oh my goodness. Um, my working with my color forecasting gift and getting it disciplined is like getting hot bubble gum out of your hair.
Could be worse. Could be herding cats.
Yeah. Yes. So, there's what you think you're going to create, and then there's what you really create. and here's what people actually see and understand about you, what you create. And I seem to have a hard time just accepting that and moving on and just doing something and sending it along. I let it become a big thing. So now I know a couple of things about PowerPoint. And now I'm looking for specialty paint stores to have real samples of what I created in that color forecast. So when I figure out, I'm open for ideas about how I can share some of that work on Hive. Yeah, so thank you for listening to my win and for supporting me. I needed it. Thank you.
So you could put slides that are non text into maybe a PDF or even use the images and then put the text into a Hive post. So export a slide to an image and then your text could go into a post.
Okay.
That was
I can
too
handle
easy,
that.
wasn't it?
That is too easy. I make things hard.
Haha. We'll work on that. All right. Thank you, Amy. And Wandering Moon, you're up. This is an interesting day today. I have a cat climbing around on me. She seems to be in a mood. There we go. Ooh, there's a name we haven't seen in a while. Soft Sue. Tell us about this, Wandering Moon.
Uh, Pictures that this individual took while walking around their garden of all kinds of um, nectar eating bugs on the flowers. Um, what is that word? Pollinators.
Pollinators. Nice word.
And the flowers are really pretty. Bright, vivid colors on both the flowers and the bugs.
Nice. The more pollinating we can get, the better.
I have to say, I'm kind of jealous of her yard because she's got so many pretty flowers.
Some people really get into that, don't they?
Yeah, the only thing I have is a rose bush in the front of my house and a rose bush on the side of my house, and both of them are kind of like wrapped around my room. They're
I
two different
have
kinds of rose bushes, though.
I have what was a garden along the east side of my house, but it's more wild now these days. Although there are still some flowers surviving in it, believe it or not.
Yeah, that rose bush that I used for one of my hive images, I think it might be the one I've got on here too. Although the flowers on this look pink, they're red. Um, that's dying, so I've had to trim a lot of it back.
Cycle of life. But the trimming back actually is good because then it has an opportunity to grow some more. Good choice. Soft Sue is a good writer. And she just published that 25 minutes ago. Aren't you up on top of things? Okay. Now, we'll give Xander another try. Are you there or not? There he is. He's typing. My mom and I went in city proper, attended mass. In this article, you will enjoy a lot of things like vegetable pancake, and here you will see me on a salon and a lot more. Well, there we go. Thank you, Xander. And who is up next? Bemier, you're up.
Uh, for this week, I got a purpose to do. Sorry, I got a aim for that. I wanted to post every day for a week. Then I remembered that in 19th we have Turkish pot, and I decided that till 19th I will post every day. And for that, sorry for mentioning like this in writing daily prompt, but I will I will use daily prompts for that where I can't find a topic to write about. But I'm gonna use your topics prompts, Shadows. Thank you for that again.
My pleasure, and glad you're getting use out of them.
I will made a actually a book about it. I turned my notebook for that. I wrote on like colorful pens and all those little doodles I did. It's a lovely notebook now.
Oh, very cool. You may end up wanting to take a shot of some of those doodles and sharing them.
Maybe I actually I did think about that, and maybe I could do it. I should do it.
Oh, there you go. That'd be cool to see. Nice work. Thank you, Bemier. And Amy, you are up. Hobo is finally laid down, so hopefully she stays there for a while. Amy. Wonder if Amy's having network issues. There she is.
Okay, yeah, I all know that this pimp wouldn't be complete without me sharing my work for the week. So, this outfit here was designed by me. It's actually a gift for a friend. But how did I go about it? If I may tell you that this dress was made without actual measurements of my friend, would you believe that?
You
Just go
just
read and see how I was able to achieve that.
so did you pull that off just by, looking at her and guessing?
That's why we have the link there. Let's check it out and see.
There you go, folks. Amy is not giving away the method. Go check her post. You do beautiful seamstress work. I'd be hard pressed to follow the pattern, let alone create the pattern. Engine likes that one. He says it's a hot dress. HAWT. Ooh, Q arrived. Hello, Q. Who do we have next? We have Belikas. Good to see you back too. How is it that you and Amy end up back on the same day? Wandering Moon, that's quite a welcome. You're late. Belikas, you're up. Okay, Belikas, now come and tell us about the post. I saw you unmute and then you muted again. Try again. There we go. You're unmuted. Now let's hear your voice.
Um,
There you are.
okay. Finally. The network here is really, really bad.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So, good evening, good day, everyone. Mm, this is a post I wrote today at work. It's about growth. It's about growth. I know many times when we look back at our life, and we ask these questions and like, are we growing? Are we growing? So there are many aspects in life that we are expected to grow. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. So there are some aspects in life where we are expected to grow, and most of us are failing at them. Like we're failing. We keep on making the same mistake. We go into debt and stuff like that. So this spirit is just like you're just waiting to it's like asking a question, are you growing? Just like you reflect on your past as actions and look at the present and see if truly you're growing. So that's it.
So Engine has
Yes, I
asked the question,
am.
are you growing?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am growing. Yes, I am growing. Thank you. That's all.
So, do you feel comfortable to say which area you thought you've had the most growth in?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Do you feel comfortable to say which area you think you've had the most growth in?
Yeah. My finance, like I've had this huge growth in it. I mean, looking back, I can say that I'm really happy to see that I've gotten far and my finances are growing. So I'm really working on that and it's really working well. Not too well, but it's better. It's better. It's better.
Okay, I just see that Tango has won the 1 HBI, but he hasn't been in at all this week today, has he? Or did I miss him? Yeah, I didn't see him at all. So I'm going to run a very short one that everybody that's here can.
He was here, Shadows, but he dropped out really fast because he wasn't able to connect. It
Ah,
was just like a minute.
okay. I'll leave it this time. It's only for the one, anyways. Okay. Thanks for the save there, Dream. All right, IBB Tammy, you are up. Oh, wet hands. Oh, that's not good for the device, is it? And, oh, Tammy's not coming on voice today. She says, this was my entry to the Inkwell Creative Nonfiction prompt. The topic was clean. In this post, I talked about how I was betrayed by my friend and partner. This was my first time using so many dialogues in one post. So you guys can go check it out. Dialogue can be hard to write. So good on you for tackling it. Nice. Thank you, Tammy. And Beme, you're up. Ooh, and she was waiting.
I said, yeah, I was waiting today. Like I said, I had lots of posts to share with you, and this one I wrote about the prompt that date, and I thought that maybe we shouldn't have a happy ending, and we shouldn't compromise that we don't want to about a topic, and that's it. That's not a happy ending, and I'm happy with it. I don't know, that's the weird thing, I guess, but
No, there are some stories that they're not going to be a happy ending, but there might be a lesson in the ending.
the main character Sira, I guess that's the pronunciation, that name. I use name generator for names. And Sira, I dreamed about Sira that maybe she should do what I didn't do and be happy with it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go with the way the story needs to flow, and some endings just are not meant to be happy, but they can still be resolution to a problem. So yeah, write what you feel is right. Kitty girl, your mic is hot. That's unusual for you. And Q, you are up. Take care, Engine. Good to see you. Abdul Kudus. There we go. Okay, tell us about this. What have you been up to there, buddy?
Okay, good day, everyone. It's been a while, so I'm sorry for missing out on some weeks. So I've been a little busy and engaged, but this week I promised myself not to miss out by God's grace. So, and I'm happy to share my content here again today. And this is all about Hive Learners weekly prompts. So for the week 60 edition one, and we are told to talk about childhood lies. So as a child, I know it differs all around the world. We have different kind of cultures around the world. So, but here in Africa, or let me say Nigeria, there is this kind of lie that goes around when we were still a little younger, or let me say when I was still a little younger. So the lie is about maybe when you get there is this kind of story that was cooked up for us that when you eat something and that thing fall down, or when you're eating and that food fall down, so you shouldn't pick it up again because Satan has already eaten it or something like that. So and we all believed in that kind of story, but later on when we were grown up, so later realized that there are morals to those kind of lies or those kind of beliefs we got during our childhood days, and it's just like for us not to go into such acts. So things like that, and some ideas was just to curb our beliefs and to keep us safe from harm. So I wrote there are details in the write up also, so I just have to share some here. Thank you.
Yeah, adults do tell kids a lot of um, false things and then expect kids to tell the truth. It's an interesting
Yes,
process, isn't it?
yes, it's interesting. It is interesting reading others' articles.
And sometimes
Okay.
those white lies are needed in order to protect kids from the realities of life for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Thank you.
Q, what is a water lemon?
I'm just joking. Since it's watermelon,
Okay.
I change it to I
So
change it to lemon. So it's just like
you were telling one of those childhood lies. Water lemon.
no, I'm not cooking up any lies. So it's just some formulation there. Nothing. Yeah, wow. Okay, man.
We caught ya. Thanks, Q.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. You got me.
Amy,
All
you're
right,
up.
ma.
Amy's up. And Alessandra, you won 3 HBI.
Me?
Yes,
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Engine.
No, the HBI comes from
Okay,
me.
so this is a prompt from.
Hold on. The HBI comes from me, Alessandra. It's the pimp that comes from Engine.
Can you say that again? So I want to understand.
The HBI that's in the Fluency Fun channel, that comes from me. Pimp comes from
Oh,
Engine by way of Kitty.
oh.
There you go.
Oh
You
my
learned something
God.
today.
I am learning. I'm like, I don't know I don't know what this money is. It's like when I go to England and I'm like, you want what? You want a tuppence?
Okay, Amy, tell us about your post. Amy, don't forget to unmute. Amy, you're not unmuted. Oh gosh. Hopefully she didn't have.
Okay,
There she is. I
my
thought your
network
network was
is
getting you.
acting up. Yeah, it was. So this post was a prompt from the Inkwell community. We're asked to write on a clean slate or something clean though. I chose to write about the time we were trying to relocate to our own apartment, how daunting it was for us, that feeling of having to disorganize the whole house, trying to figure out which to move in with and which to do away with, all of that. And then we stumbled on something. I stumbled on something while I was trying to clean. What was that? Well, whatever it is, go check it out. But just know that that thing brought up memories that just made me happy and made the cleaning worthwhile. So go check it out and see. Thank you.
I love Amy's cliffhanger presentations. She always leaves you a reason to go look at her post. And don't forget to go look at the post and to support them. And support can be comments as well. Thank you, Amy. And Xander, you're up. There he is. He's typing. Good time to drop some emojis, ladies and gents. And let's see what Xander says about this post. Yes, I said, ladies and gents. Hello, world. Beautiful walk in a fairy tale world. Here, my mom, my grandma, and I went to Festival City, a nature inspired place. Just see and read, and you'll also get amazed too. There we go. Thank you, Xander. There's certainly some interesting images he's got there. So if anybody's listening on the recording, you're going to have to keep watching the text while the voice is going on, because there's always some interesting conversations going on in there. You never quite know who's bantering with whom. And Amy is up next. There we go. And tell us about this one, Amy.
Okay. This one was a prompt from last week, fiction inquel prompt 2. We're asked to write on phone calls, could be on anything. And then I came up with this fictional story about a man who had a travel issue with his wife. Let's say he has been correcting this wife on this particular issue for long, and she was not trying to.
Whoop, did we lose you? We may have lost you, Amy. You got cut off partway along there.
Something was, or was he able to come true for her? Just go check it out. But just know that the lesson here is just that when we get angry at people, we don't want to ignore their calls because they might need us at that particular point. We might just be angry and just neglect it. And at the end of the day, we'll just regret that small act. So just go check it out. Thank you.
There is a school of thought that says when you get angry at others, it reflects back on you. That's not always easiest to remember in the heat of the moment. Thank you, Amy. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
Okay, this is a post from Zeroshka, who lives in the Ukraine, and there is a very famous graffiti artist by the name of Banksy, who I think he's anonymous. I don't think anyone knows who he is. He just kind of comes up and does these artworks in various places and disappears. Well, he actually went to the Ukraine and did several artworks, and Saroshka is showing them to us one at a time in different posts and talking about where they're located, what they represent. And this artwork is titled Girl on a Ball, and it is a gymnast who is balancing on what looks like a ball, but it's actually a hole in a wall caused by the shelling from the war that's going on. It's a very striking image, I think, portraying a strong, confident woman. And it's supposed to be a representation, of Ukraine itself and the women in Ukraine standing up. It's a wonderful thing. They're trying to preserve his artworks, so there's a protective frame that's been put around this one, and they're going to actually remove a portion of the wall of this building before it's demolished. And I think it's really cool that they're doing that. And this post is pretty stark. It shows some of the devastation that's happened because of the war. And it's if you're interested at all in what's going on, that's a good post to check out.
Certainly looks like it. Banksy is an amazing graffiti artist. Um, Actually, I think it's some of his work that has actually started to get the word graffiti is being replaced largely by street art because of the level of the work that he does.
Yeah, and his work is definitely art. It's pictures that are done in a very beautiful style. It's not just random spray paint thrown here and there, for self gratification. It's definitely art.
Yeah, there's a group of graffiti artists that are actually street artists because they're doing this type of thing. I think he was one of the first to actually get into the actual art. Um, One of the places you can see a whole pile of it is if you go to Pixabay and do a search on graffiti or street art, and you'll be just amazed at some of the images that pop up there. Thank you, kitty girl. And Q, you're back. Up you come.
Good night, everyone. See you next week. God bless us all.
See you, Xander. Good coming on voice.
Okay. This is another prompt by me, the author, and then is the response to the Hive Learner Week 60 edition 2. So we are told to discuss about too much freedom. So freedom is something like something natural God gave us the freedom. And also we have the freedom to speak, freedom to walk, freedom to do things. But now the question here is there a way that we humans we get too much of that freedom? So I'll give my response in the content. You can just try checking it out. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, you're right, Wandering Moon, although Banksy was noticed in other circles before then. But didn't he have an NFT that sold for millions, or was it one of his art works that was sold for millions? I know it came up right around the time the big to do was on about NFTs. Yeah. And you're right, Kitty Girl, he's never been doxxed that I'm aware of. That's a big subject, Q, the subject of freedom. And it's amazing how many people will use their freedom to scream about how they're not free. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have. And Amy, you're up. Oh, he has been doxxed. Although, is that definitive or just who they believe it to be? Yeah, they're not sure. Okay.
Okay. I would be sharing a lot of posts today to make up for all the lost time. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, tell us about this, Amy. Amy, is your network getting you again? You're unmuted, so it's not that.
So I wrote a talk to self reflection. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Hello.
now. I can hear you now.
O- Okay. I said that this prompt was of last week. The ladies of Hive community. We're asked to write what we do with our me time. You know, most times we're very busy and sometimes we just neglect ourselves. But then I wrote about a couple of things I do to keep my body and soul together. I'll just share two out of the many I wrote. One is I talk to myself in the room, and sometimes it's weird because I just create this imaginary friend. I and my imaginary self. I reflect on my actual second is taking a long walk. I like to walk during my me time. Just go out to a very calm place and, just think about every other thing and stay okay. So you can just check it out and see what my activities are in my me time. And also, I want to use this opportunity to celebrate my little wins, guys. From February till May, I've been writing every
Well
day of the
done.
month.
Well
Woo!
done.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a goal, but I wasn't able to achieve it in January. I missed 2 days, but since February, I've been on fire, and I hope to continue. Thank you.
You said you've missed 2 days. Is that since January 1?
Now, January, I think the first week I missed 1 day of the week, and probably the last week I missed 1 day. But other days, from February to now, I've been writing every day, despite the challenges of not having constant power supply. Sometimes I might not be motivated and other circumstances, but I kept pushing. So I'm just celebrating myself. Thank you.
So this morning I put up post number 122 for 2023. So that means you've done 120, Amy.
Done that. I'm so excited. Yes.
Nice work. Okay, does anybody else have anything they'd like to share today? And who won the 5 HBI? Let's see here. Old School did. Okay. Okay, I see two me's. Does that mean you have two posts or a post to do? So Wandering Moon, do you have a post you wanted to share? Oh, okay. And Q, how about you? Ah, it was the SBI. Okay. Go for it, Amy. Up, hold on. Q had one. Then you're next, Amy. Okay, Q, come on and tell us about this.
Okay, so this will be the last I'll be dropping for today, and it's a post about finance. So I wonder why many rich people become richer, they get richer, and poor people get poorer, or they probably don't have the mindset of becoming rich. So the rich become richer, and the poor, they have nowhere to go. So and that's why I wrote it in this article about making your money work for you. So and not you working for money. That the rich people, when they have this money, they invest their money into some other stuff that are going to bring them more money. But the poor people, when they get money, they just spend it and believe that when it comes, it comes. So I gave some samples of how to invest and where to invest your money in the write up. So you can check it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Q. So Alexander says, so excited for our prolific creators. My PB is 28 days in April. Uh, PB? What's your PB? I didn't allow for how the travel would break my routine. I need to figure something out and open to ideas.
Personal best.
Personal best.
It's the way
Well,
those athletes talk. They talk about their PBs.
ooh, well, I'm not athletic, so it's no wonder I missed that one. Um, you, at the end of the day, could write a short little debuzz on the highlight of your day when you're traveling.
I like that. I also think I could use the reminder on my watch
Mm-hmm.
so that if I haven't thought about it at all, which has been happening while traveling.
Yeah, I have no idea
Well,
why.
yeah. Oh, you do Wandering Moon? That's right. I've read you on D-Buzz.
So you could turn debuzz into a line a day diary or journal
Okay.
and set your alarm to write your highlight of the day.
That's a deal. Okay. I'm going to figure that out on my watch right now.
So the difference between using debuzz and Leo threads is that debuzz shows up as a post in your HiveBuzz awards and Leo threads doesn't.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wandering Moon's really good with her. She does long streaks, doesn't she?
Yep. I do the same thing if I get stuck on a day that I just can't come up with anything. I will do a debuzz. Or I'll go to Midjourney and do a group of images and do a like to post.
Oh.
One just takes a little more time than the other.
Yeah, I need a light lift, don't I?
Yeah, you do. So debuzz is perfect for you. Treat it as a line a day journal highlighting your travels.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. See, that
I hadn't
works.
even thought of that. Shadows. I hadn't even thought of that.
Strake is
Thank
leaving
you.
us. And it looks as though we're winding down for today. Oh, no, we're not. Amy, I almost forgot. It's your turn. Go for it, Amy.
Okay, don't worry. I already sent the link.
Got the link. Okay, tell us about this.
Can you
Oh,
hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So this will be the last post I'll be pimping today. This is 8 days old, but I just love the story behind this picture. It was a picture prompt from the free writer community. We're asked to just write whatever we see and feel about this picture. When I saw this picture, I just thought about commitment and what commitment means to different people. And I also realized that everybody has their own perspective when it comes to marriage. You see some people going into marriage with like, "Ah, I don't want to endure my marriage. I want to enjoy, while others like whatever I see, I'll take and all of that. Based on the background they came from, probably they saw their parents not doing well in their own marriages. And so other people are already locked up that they are not even going to get married. So this story here just talked about a fictional character named Benita, and she gave reasons why she was too scared to be committed. But then she came in contact with someone who changed her perspective, and the person talked about the ingredients that makes up a very enjoyable marriage. So, are you married? Do you want to know what ingredient can spice up your marriage? Go check it out and enjoy this fictional story. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Amy. So, anyone who's not using Leo Threads at this point, keep in mind that you actually could use Leo Threads to highlight a post of yours. So that's another avenue for promotion. But don't just link drop. Put a little comment with it. Yeah, Leo Threads are not my favorite as yet. And it's not something that I think to go to, but at the same time, I did think, you know, inspired by Kitty Girl's comment, to point that out to you that that is an option. It's like everything else, I guess, Wandering Moon. Things will grow on us over time. You've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us on PYPT. And join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. And oh, yeah, bye, Wilma.